Papa Jim Saab podcast. We've got a very special guest. I think he might just be our biggest guest to date. He's he's best known as a vlogger. Best known for his work on YouTube. We've got Michael V in the house.
Yeah. Hi. V as in vlogger.
Michael Vlogger. Known to me as, of course, Tito Bitoy.
Yeah.
He's been part of my life since I was a little girl. He's my dad's best friend and also our ninong sa kasal.
Known to Jim as Nino.
Yes, known to Jim as Nino. Okay. So let's get on with this. Ano, kamusta? Kamusta, Tito Bitoy?
Okay lang. I'm enjoying the ECQ.
You are.
Enjoying talaga. No? And actually, I'm discovering a lot of things eh. Parang kayo, di ba? Kayo, tagal nyo nang ginagawa tong podcasting. And who knew na ito yung magiging new normal.
Yeah. I see all your toys behind you. I mean,
you do? Those are not toys. Excuse me. Those are action figures.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Hindi, pero kasi nung bata pa ako, I know that you gave my dad a lot of your action figures. And even yung mga
Sculptures.
Sculptures, oh my gosh. Mga sculptures.
Sculpted items.
You made a sculpture of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and I loved that.
May mga nang babash nga na hindi raw kamukha. So sabi ko, sorry
How
kayo.
dare they?
Try
Sobrang
nyo
ganda kaya nun.
There's a little trivia on that thing. Bago ko masira yung flow of thought mo. Last minute, binago ko yung expression niya. Kaya siguro hindi naging kamukha. So anyway.
What was the process of...
Dapat walang ano yun eh. Dapat walang ganun sa forehead. Walang
kunot.
Walang kunot sa noo. Dapat plain lang yung ano niya expression. Kaya lang I thought, dagdagan ko ng character. So I did that.
What year was that? When you
that was a long time
him?
ago.
Yeah.
Hindi ko na maaalala kung anong year pero I could check basta tignan nila sa Instagram account ko nakalagay yata doon kung anong year ko ginawa yun. That was a long time ago.
Might have been in the 90s.
Oo, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Hindi pa 2000s yun. I'm pretty sure of that.
And then The Last Dance came out on Netflix.
Yeah. Diba?
So
sayang,
how did you feel about that?
Between me and your dad, si Kiko yung talagang fan ni Michael Jordan. Parang he influenced me lang to be a fan. Pero siya yung talagang legit hardcore na fan ni Michael Jordan. He actually convinced me to buy my first ever pair of Jordans, yung Jordan 23. Because he said this could be the last pair na ilalabas si Michael Jordan, tsaka 23. So it came with a what do you call this? A USB drive ng history ng paggawa ng shoes and all. So that was my first ever big purchase sa sneaker world. And pinagsisihan ko yun. Hindi kasi it was so expensive. Tapos hindi siya fit sa paa ko.
Okay.
Well, it's not that it's hindi tama yung length. Yung width ang problema, medyo masikip siya. So sabi ko, I'm not going to be a fan of the Jordan sneakers.
Ang Jordans ba pang basketball lang?
Not
Hindi,
necessarily.
diba?
Ngayon, lalo ngayon, pop culture, na talaga siya. Ginagamit na siyang staple. Yeah, collectible, fashion, lifestyle, ganun na siya ngayon.
Wow.
Ito, Tito Pitoy. What I wanted to ask rin is, paano kayo naging best friends ni Dad?
Kiko? Well, it started sa Manilyn Live.
Manilyn Reynes?
Oo, yung show ni Manilyn Reynes. That's where I met him. Tapos, he asked about my pants. Kasi that time na uso yung, naging craze yung jazz up your jeans. So I drew parang nagpaint ako nung figures ni Bart Simpson and other stuff. Oh, yan. So nakita niya and that time kasama niya Spendiget Posse, di ba? Mahilig sila dun sa medyo outlandish na mga outfits.
Spendiget Posse is his breakdancing group?
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
Naalala mo? Sina Cesar, sina
Willie, Ito.
Tama. Sila. Kasama nga pala sila doon. When I see them today, parang nakakalimutan ko ng dancer sila. So anyway, nakita niya yung I jazzed up, I drew on my pants. Tapos tinanong niya ako, sabi niya, anong ginamit mo dyan? Anong anong materials ang ginamit mo, anong paint ang ginamit mo. So I told him, sabi ko, eto, ganito. Saan nabibili yan? Sabi niya. Sabi ko, National Bookstore. So, fan tayo ng NBS noon pa.
Yes.
Yung mom mo, alam ko, hanggang ngayon. Yes. So anyway, nagpunta siya doon, tapos sinama niya ako, tapos he asked me what to buy. So we went to Octo Arts after that. Yung Octo Arts office kasi noon, katapat lang nung bookstore.
For the kids, Tito Bitoy, what's Octo Arts? Sige na.
Magandang katanungan niya. Octo Arts is a company. It's a record company where I started. And your dad also, no? Sa Octo Arts din nag-start.
I think so, yes. I believe so.
Hindi siya
that was when you started as a rapper.
As a rapper,
yeah.
Break it down.
Okay, so bumili sila ng stuff sa National Bookstore and then nag-meet kayo sa Octo Arts.
Yeah, they started painting there. He asked me how to do it. Nandoon sa lobby mismo. Kaya parang mga bata, makikita mo, nakalagay yung mga jeans doon. Hindi naman, they're wearing other pairs of jeans, of course. Hindi naman tinanggal nila. And yun yung pinintahan. Pero they were jazzing up their, so to speak, their jeans. And yun na, doon na nagsimula yung friendship namin.
Oh, so you met my dad when he was with my mom na?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So
that long ago.
this was
pa kayo.
During your rap career.
Yeah, oo.
So is it true na Michael V and Francis M parang Andrew E laging may last letter because rapper, ganun ba? Ano ba?
Parang that was the trend that time. Oo. So kaya nga nabuo yung Michael V out of the two yung dalawang idols ko, si Michael Jackson and si Gary V. So, so we were thinking, pangit naman kung Gary Jackson, Michael
Gary J.
Parang wala masyadong dating. Michael V, meron. Okay, sige, ito, ginawa namin. Si Orly Ilacad, siyang manager ko that time and he gave me that moniker.
Pero, Tito Bitoy, so like, how old were you when you decide, parang kumbaga, yun yung gusto kong malaman eh. Paano yung, how did you start out? Like, parang gusto ko maging rapper, ganun? And then,
not necessarily. I wanted to be a performer. I wanted to be a singer. Early on, nung grade school, siguro mga grade 4 ako, isinali ako sa isang play. It was a play ang role ko was as an old man. Tapos I've been watching a lot of Filipino movies. Hindi ko alam kung kilala niyo pero i-google niyo na lang si Sabatini Fernandez. So he's an actor from back in the days. And medyo distinct yung pagsasalita niya as an old man. So yun yung ginaya ko. Pag nagsalita siya ganito, kumusta naman kayo? Anong ginagawa niyo dito? Bakit? Anong dahilan at napatpad kayo sa lugar? Ganun siya magsalita. So, medyo character talaga. Yun yung ginawa ko and a lot of people laughed habang nanonood sila. Tama-tama, comedy naman yung ginagawa namin. So, parang from that point on, doon nagkaroon ng spark na, I wanted to entertain people.
Oh. And then, so, from high school, can you walk us through
that's
like
grade
the process?
School,
Yes, grade 4. And then, tapos nag-high school, and then what happened after high school?
High school, I started singing for my friends. Doon naman na-develop yung passion ko for music na parang gusto ko maging balladeer. I joined several contests sa mga TV shows and hindi naman ako nananalo. Pero sumasali pa rin ako. Nung college, that was the time na I took up mass communications and then I hooked up with some friends from networks, television, ganyan. And doon ako sumali sa isang contest and that's when I got discovered for rapping.
Oh.
Sa Itbulaga yan. Itbulaga.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So parang as much as gusto kong maging balladeer pa rin at heart hanggang ngayon,
hey, you've got many hits.
Well, sinaktan mo ang puso ko. Hello. Anyway, sabi yung ganyan, I'll use this opportunity to get into the recording business. And so I did. That's where it started.
And then how did you pivot to being the comedian, the biggest comedian in the country?
Biggest talaga, wow.
That's true. It's true. It's true. No one can deny
Uy,
it.
I'm only 175 pounds. Ano? Pero actually, big na rin yun for my height. Anyway, that came early on during my career, nung ginagawa ko yung mga rap na compositions, puro puro novelty, puro may punchlines, puro patawa. So I was going that direction talaga. And I thought maybe this is the path for me para ma-differentiate ako from your dad, from not necessarily from Andrew E, but I was trying to do better than him. Tapos sabi kong ganyan, if this is going to lead to something else, then so be it. And so lumabas na nga yung Octo Arts Films. As nagkaroon na ng opportunity for Channel 5, ABC 5 back then, for a TV show. It's called Tropang Trumpo.
Yeah.
And doon na nagsimula yung comedy career ko.
Oh, you started with Tropang Trumpo before Bubble Gang.
Yeah, I was pirate. No, I was
It's
influenced.
Oh.
Kinuha ko ng GMA, convinced.
Sino yung mga kasama nyo sa Tropang Trumpo?
Tropang Trumpo, ang original cast niyan was myself, si Ogie Alcacid.
Oh, ipate siya doon.
Yeah, si Jelly de Belen, si Carmina Villaruel, si Earl Ignacio, Noni Buencamino, Manny Castañeda, Shilu Barwani, and then I forgot sino pa ba yung mga nandun. There's this si Ana forgot her name. But basta i-google ko tapos I'll find it later. Ana Abad Santos, I guess.
Okay.
Basta nasa nasa mga indie films eh.
Tapos with Bubble Gang, have you been with Bubble Gang from the very start?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's the reason why we transferred to GMA.
How many years has it been?
25 long years.
Wow.
25, the longest running comedy show on Philippine network.
Yeah. Wow.
So for example, parang I think, not for example, pero it seems like parang sobrang smooth sailing ng career mo.
Career-wise.
Parang, pero I'm sure nagkaroon ng moments na, oh no. Parang,
yeah. Oo. Lahat naman ng careers eh. Pero sa akin, that early on, dun ko naramdaman yan. Kasi I was going through a sale ng Octo Arts. Meron silang mga naka-sale na bins. They have a sale bin outside the office. And they were selling mga CDs ng mga artists nila. And kalalabas lang halos nung third album ko, which was Gusto Kong Sumigaw. Ayun ang title ng album. And then I jokingly said to my friend, ewan ko naalala mo si Mac Duran. Saab. Basta lagi ko siyang kasama. Well, anyway, I jokingly said to him, tignan nga natin, baka nandito yung bagong album ko. And when I checked, there it was. Nasa sale bin. So parang heartbreaking for a recording artist such as myself na who's dreaming to make it big, tapos biglang makikita mo nasa sale bin yung product mo. But hindi naman ako na-discourage. I just told myself siguro I needed to do something better or maybe something else. Baka hindi talaga yung pagra-rap ang path ko.
Wow.
That was it.
And ano yung siguro, so parang bumagsak ka, di ba, because of that. Ano yung mga, parang kumbaga, ano yung mga naging sources of guidance or wisdom mo in making that decision na, okay, mukhang hindi rap, mukhang pupunta ako dito in this direction?
I think it's the audience yung response nila sa mga ginagawa ko. I had a TV show before, a game show. It's called Ready, Get, Set, Go sa ABS-CBN. It's a 11 a.m. show which was number 1 for 6 years until mag-stop siya ng airing. So that game show, doon nagra-rap ako eh. Pero aside from that, there was a segment called Tough Secret. So it's a tough secret. Ano siya, parang trivia. So merong gagawing sketch, a comedy sketch, and then there's a question at the end. And you get to mail pa, snail mail to. You get to mail your answer. And if you're right, and if your answer is right and you were chosen, you get to win a prize. So yun yung ginagawa nila. And sabi ko, baka pwede akong sumali dyan. Sabi ng executive producer namin dati, sorry, wala nang budget for this eh. Sabi ko, hindi, okay lang kahit walang budget. Sabi ko, basta may merienda, okay na.
You mean yung gagawa nung skit?
Yeah, oo.
Okay.
I wanted to participate. Kasi nakikita ko, nag-ano sila comedy sketch nga eh. So sabi ko, baka magamit ko yung skills ko dito. And they agreed. Sabi nila, sige, sali ka. But then again, yun nga, walang TF. Which for me was fine. Sabi ko, exposure at saka yung mailabas ko lang itong skill ko na to, mai-exhibit ko sa mga tao. And the audience reacted positively. So parang, okay to parang I might want to invest into something like this. Baka medyo umiba na ako ng path from my rap career kasi nga nasa sale bin na yung ginagawa ko. At least ito kinakagat, pinagkakitaan. So that was it.
Bumibenta.
Yes, oo. That was the start.
Kala ko sasabihin mo, we used social media statistics. Engagement was high.
Hanggang ngayon, inaaral ko pa rin.
No, so I mean, obviously, you're just really a master of reinventing yourself.
Well,
diba?
actually, matyaga lang yata talaga ako. I never give up on the things that I really, really, really want to do.
Yeah.
Yun nga yung sasabihin ko. I think what the reason why you are the slimmest and biggest comedian in the Philippines or entertainer is, I think yung gusto ko rin pag-usapan is yung one skill na parang hindi, kumbaga kasi you're very physical, diba? Parang you're very pero yung writing mo talaga yung, kasi tingnan mo, nagta-translate siya with when it was your music career, ngayon na when you were in Bubblegang, tapos ngayon with your vlog.
Yeah.
How have you parang do you ganun mo ba nakikita na yung writing is something that you've wanted to hone or something?
Akala ko sasabihin mo skill yung 2K skills ko. So anyway.
Hindi natin mahina eh.
But anyway, and going back to what you were saying, writing skill, that's a skill that I discovered early on during the time na gumagawa kami ng movies with Octo Arts. Sama ko pa yung dad mo niyan, tsaka si Ogie. There was this one night, I remember it very clearly, like it was yesterday. Nasa Sariaya, Quezon kami ni Ogie Alcacid. We were shooting Isko Adventures in Animatia. And ang director namin nun was Mike Relon Makiling. Every day we shoot, they come up with a sequence guide written on a pad paper. Tapos they're just going to tell us the scenario and kami nang bahala sa dialogue namin and the punchlines. Kami nang bahala mag-create because we were comedians.
Oh, wow.
That's how it's been. All those times, yung time ng Tito Vic and Joey, ganun din. There was no legitimate script na ginagawa para pag-aralan, kabisaduhin at i-revise ng cast, ng crew and whoever, ng creative group. Walang ganon. So I took up mass communications and I studied script writing. So when I got into the actual production ng local movie, sabi ko, wala, hindi pala ginagawa yun. So parang, what's holding them back? Why aren't they doing it? Is it because of time? Is it because of lack of skill? So at that night, sabi ko, after nung shoot namin, after coming up with the brilliant punchlines and the dialogue for several scenes the whole day, sabi ko, if I type that, if I put that into paper, then I'm legitimately a script writer.
Yeah.
So sabi kong ganyan, etong skill na to can be learned and can be developed. So from that point on, sinabi ko na sa sarili ko na pag ako gumawa at nag-solo movie ako, I'll make sure that there's a script to follow. So yun na nga, nung lumabas yung Rubberman, which was probably my biggest movie since my career. Sabi kong ganyan, this is going to be done a certain way and it's going to be my way. It's going to be this way.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
Yun.
What year was that, Rubberman?
Oh, man. Google. Hindi ko maalala, sorry. But
Ano
yeah,
ata
again,
yun eh?
90s.
Yeah, I think yun pa lang yung time na pinanganak yung mga pod kids namin. No offense. Okay.
Hindi, okay lang yun. No, we're ancient and we're trying to learn the new ways. And I'm not giving up.
No, but I mean, I feel like you have similarities to Will Smith right now kasi the kids are seeing him as vlogger Will Smith.
Yeah, oo nga. Nakita ko
Parang-
yung mga first few vlogs niya. I was actually inspired by him. And sabi ko ganyan, well, he has the equipment, he has the means to do a proper vlog. He even has a crew. I
Yeah.
don't. Ako lahat ito. So, I'm still, mas proud pa rin ako sa sarili ko kaysa sa kanya. But he was an influence though.
Wait, so pati yung mga thumbnails nyo kayo gumagawa?
Yep.
Grabe. You know, kasi I've known you for so long. I know na you're really good with painting your action figures. I don't want to call them toys. I'm sorry. Painting the action figures and just creating stuff with your hands. So
kami ng
even
dad
with
mo, we were dabbling with computers early on. So
Yes, oo nga pala. Yes. So talagang Photoshop and everything inaral nyo rin. Ang galing.
yeah, oh,
Grabe.
yung photography nag-influence sa akin is your dad. So napabili ako ng camera with his guidance. Hindi, wala talaga eh. Grabe influensya sa akin ng tatay mo. Yeah, minsan ewan ko, hindi naman ako masisi ng asawa ko.
At least nagagamit mo yung camera.
Yeah, well, those cameras pala, I sold them na and came up with new ones and better ones. Kailangan, you have to keep up with the times. Syempre.
Yes.
So, you were talking rin kasi about, parang sipag talaga.
Yeah.
Sipag talaga. And I remember nung nagde-date kami ni Saab, sinabi ko sa kanya, talaga eh. So, fanboy ako ng dad niya, fanboy ako mo. So, one day parang...
sige.
No, it's true.
Promise.
It's true.
Marami akong kwento.
I understand, it's normal. Sige, go ahead.
So, one time, parang, I think I saw your poster, tapos sabi ko, man, he is everywhere.
Yeah.
Tapos sabi ni Sab, si Tito Bidoy? Sabi ko, what? So, anyway, kunento niya na, best friend, sabi ko, oh my God, ganyan. Tapos sabi niya, sobrang sipag niyan. As in, like, super idol yan sa hard work. Can you, parang, how do you think you were able to have that parang value and and what has kept you with that parang same work mindset?
It all boils down to passion for what you do, and if you really care about the future of what you're doing, you'll do everything talaga to influence other people. Like sa Bubble Gang, I'm talking about passion. Gusto ko ipasa yung yung sense of passion na yun doon sa mga kasama ko sa Bubble Gang. Kasi I already told them 25 years. Sabi ko, after this, I'm getting too old for this show.
I'm getting too old for this show.
So, parang there are some roles na as much as kaya kong gawin, it would fit the other talents better than myself. So, I would sometimes write or revise a script para hindi na sa akin ibigay yung role, kundi sa iba na. Parang papasa mo na yung torch. Kasi hindi pwedeng ma-stuck lang sila doon sa ganung level. They have to rise up, they have to level up, sabi nga sa mga games. They have to do that kasi eventually mawawala na rin ako sa show, mag-graduate na ako and parang Saturday Night Live, 'di ba? Almost every year or every 2 years or 3 years or so, nagpapalit sila ng cast. So I believe that's the direction that we're going with the Bubble Gang.
Sino yung nakikita mong parang rookie phenom on the rise?
Lahat sila. Wala kang itulak kabigin sa mga cast na yun. And the good thing about the lockdown is that right now they're learning their a new skill, their writing skill. Dinidiscover
Yeah.
nila yon. And even some of them, hindi lang yung writing, pati yung technical. Kasi right now, you have to make your own material. Kasi no work, no pay. Di ba? That's a sad reality ng ano natin, ng industriya natin.
Yeah.
So you have to create your own material and you have to be able to sell it.
Yeah.
Hindi pwedeng magaling na artista ka lang kasi ngayon wala nang magka-camera,
Yeah.
wala nang mag-iilaw, wala nang magsa-script sa'yo.
Yes.
So you have to learn all those skills if you want to come up with quality material. So right now, that's what they're all doing. And pagka nag-Zoom meetings din kami, nagkakaroon kami ng update, nag-ano rin kami, nagkakaroon ako ng parang session therapy. Nag-a-advise din ako sa kanila what gear to get, yung direction.
Dapat may consultation fee kayo.
No, it's all for the love. Alam mo na.
I know. You guys are so generous. If I may just brag, we got our huge TV from
Sobra naman
the
to.
Bunagans.
Hayaan mo na yan.
We
Ganun.
love our TV!
Alam mo, ganun din yung TV namin. Kaya I thought we had to share the excitement and yung enjoyment na nakukuha namin from that.
It was very sweet. Okay, I just wanna do a quick side story. So, pumunta kami ni Jim para mag-dinner with Tito Betoy and Tita Carol, his wife, to ask them to be our ninong and ninang sa kasal. And then, of course, I had to bring Jim to... Siyempre, ako talaga yung nag-tour. Sabi ko, kailangan mo makita yung man cave ni Tito Betoy. So when he got there, sobrang, oh my gosh. Now he doesn't want to stop bugging me na kailangan rin daw niya yun. Sabi ko, Jim, be as talented as him first. Na joke lang. Na joke lang. No, I said, be as hardworking as him first. Na joke lang.
Achievable naman.
No, but then we went there. You guys played 2K, and then
Yep.
we couldn't stop talking about your TV. And then you guys are so sweet. You surprised us with a TV. So that was very, very sweet. Thank you.
Gusto naman. Hit na bagay.
And actually, malaki yun. Okay.
Sa Bubblegang, yung cast, is it like SNL na parang ilang percent yung writing role mo? Parang yung...
I used to be creative director of the show. I stopped mga 2 years ago na. Not a lot of people know that, but now they do. But yung writing, occasionally, I do my own material or revise it according to how I see it. Kasi pagka brainstorming, we usually come up with ideas. Ako nagbabato rin and leave it to the writers. But if it doesn't turn out the way I saw it in my head, I will revise it myself. For myself, yung para sa akin ng mga material. Now, I encourage other artists, yung ibang mga talents namin, na to do the same. You can write your own materials or let someone write it for you and then revise it accordingly to your taste.
Okay. So,
I'm curious, like kung ano with Bubblegang, because I know your mind is just so amazing. So, inisip ko parang, may isip kang script na parang, okay, we're in space. Like, who, is there, meron bang set, may limited budget ba for like, who's gonna make the set? Parang, like, how limitless are your ideas na pwede?
Here's the thing about, about technology. Kahit ano, pwede na. With green screen. Yes.
Oo nga.
With green screen, pwede na. So, hindi na ganun ka-limited yung technology, and it doesn't cost a lot. But then I have to think about yung feasibility nung gagawin kong script. Now a lot of new writers will go, wild idea, sulat ko lahat ng gusto ko, lahat ng, but if you've been in the industry for this long, naiisip mo na yung budget constraints, yung time constraints, at saka yung payoff. Yun ang pinaka-importante. The payoff. Is your script worth spending that much? Sobrang nakakatawa ba nito? Magva-viral ba to? Life-changing ba to? Na para i-demand mo na gawin natin to according to these specs. If not, if the answer is no, then you probably should rethink a little bit.
Pre-YouTube, pre-viral, yung term na viral. Ano yung definition nyo of viral? Kore, for example, may like yung Q-Shay nyo na ulam. Hindi pa super internet nun eh.
Di ba?
Hindi pa.
Paano nyo alam na, yes, ang galing na jumakpat tayo sa isang skit?
Word of mouth. before, with TV shows, ang gauge mo niyan is yung character na ginawa mo. Halimbawa, let's say for example, yung Pepito Manaloto. Okay? When we started that, may internet na, and that was around 10 years ago naman. So, when you go somewhere and people call you by the name of the character and not as you, then that's a good gauge.
Oh.
Even yung mga movies before, pagka, halimbawa, yan, si Pedro Penduko, si Jano Gibbs, when he walks, tinatawag siyang Pedro Penduko, yun, that's a good gauge. Ganun.
Speaking of viral, kami ni Jim yung favorite namin from the recent Bubble Gangs skits is yung
Grabe.
of course makakarelate kami kasi nasa gig scene kami. So it's the guy.
I know that. If you know this song.
Yes, if you know this song, just sing along. Grabe.
The
So we
most
can
hated
totally
singer.
relate.
Pwede mong how did you,
Hindi, FYI, hindi ako nagsulat niyan. Ang nagsulat niyan is a guy, what's his name? Basta he has a YouTube channel called Mayor TV.
Oh.
Check him out. He's the one who came up with the idea. Now,
And then he pitched it to Bubble Gang, or did you reach out to
he
him?
was a writer
okay.
for Bubble Gang back then. Nandoon siya sa I held a parang session class of comedy writing for GMA, and he was one of the graduates. So
Wow, ang saya.
so yun yung resulta. Some of them na-absorb sa Bubble Gang, yung iba na ilagay sa Pepito Manaloto, and others napunta sa Dear Uge and other comedy shows.
Dumaan ka ba sa oh my God, nabaril na naman yung pitch ko?
Oh yeah.
Or
always.
may ganong face ka nun.
And ako, I have to justify palagi. Like, sa Bubble Gang naman medyo maluwag. So, palaging sila, okay, sige, try natin. Baka nga may point. And then, it ends up nag-viral and stuff. Marami pa rin na mga ganun. Yung kasi, yung creative minds minsan nagbabangga talaga during brainstorming. So, inevitable yun. But for me, if you can justify na it's going to be, yung payoff will be worth it, then they will try it. Subukan nila.
Actually, speaking of mga viral and pre-internet days, from what I know, ang gauge kung successful yung commercial is kung na-spoof ng Bubble Gang.
Ginawa
diba?
dati. Oo. Dati
Diba?
kasi ginagawa yan sa mga movies. Nakikita mo sa mga movies na ginagamit yung line from famous commercials. Pero dahil nga yung advent nung gag show, ginawa namin yan, nag-commercial spoof kami, yun ang naging parang gauge ngayon ng sikat na commercial. So parang ang ngayon, ang advertising industry, ang goal is mas-spoof ng Bubble Gang.
Yes.
And it works for the show. It works for the network. Kasi they place their ads in our show. Gusto nilang mapansin. Tapos nagkakaroon kami ng material para maipalabas naman at ma-enjoy ng audience. Maganda yung That was a very, very symbiotic relationship between the network, between the television industry and the advertising agencies.
Galing. Wow. And aside from all your success in your career, I mean, kaya rin namin kayo Ninong and Ninang ni Tita Carol is because you've got a very, very lovely family life.
Aww.
So, what is the secret to a happy marriage?
Parang walang secret no? Kasi lahat naman dinidiscuss namin with everyone that we know But then I think it's the understanding. It's the understanding between two people. Kasi individuals kayo, hindi naman talaga kayo spiritually pinag-isa kayo ng Panginoon. But then you're still individuals, tao pa rin kayo, and your differences will come out at a certain point in time of your marriage. If you earn enough respect and if you gave enough respect to your partners, then I think you're going to be fine.
Aw, that's nice. How many years have you been together?
Ilan na nga ba?
Hala. Okay lang, I'm sure she'll understand.
26.
26. Okay.
Si Milo yung gauge ko.
Yes, si Milo. Yes. Milo is your eldest son.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, we were supposed to name Vito Milo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were thinking about it.
Kaya Bitoy na lang, Vito.
Vitoy.
Hindi ba
Vitoy.
yun? Hindi ba sa akin galing yun? I feel bad.
Vitoy story.
Vito story.
But I'm so happy for you kasi imagine mo this time no na simply by sharing your hobbies on YouTube, you've become one of the biggest vloggers. Grabe, sorry. I mean, slimmest. Ano ba yan?
Ano ka ba? Wala pang 1 million yung followers ko. Yaman na yun.
Totoo?
Wala pa.
I'm shocked.
Road to 1 million. Yun nga lagi lang sinasabi.
Okay lang, after this episode drops, mag 1 million.
I hope so.
Joke lang.
Pero so siguro now you are a content creator, no? You do vlogs.
Uh-huh.
So what would be your advice since you're parang learning na naman something new?
When I started, ang aim ko talaga is pinapanood ko yung vlogs ng ibang mga so-called vloggers natin. Pagka nakita kong paulit-ulit yung content na ginagawa nun, hindi ko nagagawin yan. It's the same process that I do with the sketches that I write and the parodies that I make. Di ba nakakita ka ng mga parodies na ginagawa ko like yung Q-Shay na sinasabi mo.
Yeah.
And the last one I did, I believe, was yung kay JK Labajo, yung Buwan.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, think about that. Pagka sinearch mo yung Buwan parody, ang daming lalabas. And I have to go through all of those to find out kung ano yung hindi pa nagagawa.
Oh.
That's the same process I do with my vlogs. So, this is how I should do it. And not like how these people would do it. Para maiba, karoon ng refreshing change.
Grabe, I saw your the recent one you posted on Instagram.
Galaxy's Edge?
No, the Vault S5
Vault S5, okay. Mm-hmm.
Ang ganda, ang galing ng production. Grabe. Editing skills.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yung action figures nakita mo. Well, that's what I used for the movie Family History nung ginawa namin.
Yes, oh wow.
It's I call it figumatics kasi I use action figures and for animatics. Kasi most of the yung mga mayayaman na production sa States, Hollywood production, they would do animatics using a computer. So parang nagkakaroon ng pre-visualization of what's going to happen sa scene. Instead of a storyboard, instead of drawings, you actually see parang low resolution version ng scenes. But
astig.
Yeah, di ba? Sa Avengers you'll see
may
that.
isip mo na rin like kung saan mo ipi-place yung camera, gano'n.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's an app actually na parang viewfinder for a camera which uses the lens that you will use dun sa actual filmmaking ninyo. And you can simulate it. So gumagawa ko ng diorama. I use action figures para instead of explaining kung paano yung shot, hindi na ganun katagal yung process. Ganun din pagka yung nag-storyboard ka. You still have to figure out kung ano yung lens na gagamitin and you have to discuss it. But if you use this app and your figure, boom, tapos na.
Wow. Galing. Alam nyo, so right now, obviously, we're still sort of on lockdown. Kita talaga na you're really just doing everything on your own, and I think that just shows parang if I think wala akong time, I can't do it. I'm like
wala talagang
Tito
time
Bitoy,
nowadays.
Yes, but there's no excuse if you can do it. If you can churn out these vlogs, these amazingly produced vlogs, then I think it will give people an inspiration.
Yeah. Tsaka yung Figumatics is a very good excuse para bumili ng action figures.
Okay.
Hindi na ako kinukonta ng asawa ko.
Anong
My last question na lang is...
Last question. Okay.
my last question is...
ask me anything. Ano yan? Sorry? Sorry, bigla ako nakarinig ng benta. Ano yan, Jem? Pakiulit mo nga, pakilinaw.
Kailan kami pwede pumunta dyan?
Naka-quarantine naman kami.
Oo nga eh. Sana kung hindi lang eh. Actually, gusto na namin ma-meet yung baby nyo, si Vito.
Yeah.
I seriously, plinano ko talaga yun. So, nasay ko, oh, shucks.
Oo nga.
Mauuna to magka PS5.
Hindi, pupunta tayo doon, tapos babatiin natin yung PS5 para bigyan tayo ng PS5.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, makakasama ko si Mateo.
Grabe yun.
Oh, that was so funny.
Oh, yung mga nagtatanong kung totoo 'yun. Well, inedit ko lang 'yun. So
Yeah. Actually,
editing
si Jim thought it was
you
real.
fell for it.
So, ano ba yung tuloy ako? Are you still free ba or are we cutting na ba?
No, it's good.
Okay
We're
pa?
good.
Okay, sige. Okay,
Akala ko
sige.
he had to
Okay.
We're just
Sige.
an hour 43 yata.
So, if
143, tama-tama.
if you could give Mateo advice, ano ba yung right way to unbox?
There is no right way to unbox. He can do whatever he wants. It's his.
That's true.
anyway.
It's his. It's
Okay,
his.
nga.
It just triggered a lot of people. Huh? Actually, I wanted to ask you about that. With since it's, I mean, comedy is supposed to, it kind of makes people uncomfortable
Yeah,
sometimes. There's a lot of questionable stuff from years past sa archives ng Bubble Gang, and
Yeah.
how are you guys dealing with it now that everything has to be politically correct?
Or parang because of the cancel culture.
Oh, cancel culture. I mean, understandably, people are, so most people, I'd like to think, are coming from a good place and they want change, diba? But then, how do you guys deal with it? Because I listen to a lot of comedians on their podcasts, and they've shared their thoughts on this. So I wanted to ask you, Tito Betoy.
Right now kasi production-wise hindi kami makagawa, no? And going back to the stuff that we made, I always say, well, it's in the past, so
It was a different time.
yeah.
That's
But I'd like to bring James Gunn into the conversation. Ano? Di ba natanggal siya for a while sa Guardians of the Galaxy because of things that he posted in the past.
Yeah.
So, ibang mindset niya, ibang mindset ng audience nila back then. So, ganun din kami sa Bubble Gang. And mind you, we learn. We learn talaga from our mistakes. And merong protocols ang network. Meron siyang mga ideals. And we obey them strictly. And hindi ko alam kung nabalitaan nyo, pero napatawag kami ng MTRCB before. Because of a certain sketch involving Rufa May Quinto. Oo. So, meron din kaming case dati na nag-hearing pa kami involving L.A. Lopez.
Oh.
Yeah.
What were the skits?
Do you wanna, if you're
I don't know
okay
if they
to
want
share
to talk about it, but
okay lang, go.
hindi. Yung kay L.A. was a child abuse case. Okay? Tapos yung kay Rufa May was ang title nung sketch is about this girl called named Susie Luwalhati. And it's about how to make puto bumbong. So, yeah. So may mga...
Okay, we got it.
Okay, so... Di ba? Google nyo na lang. I'm pretty sure, search nyo sa YouTube, mahanap nyo yun. So anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you've
napagalitan
learned
kami about it.
Okay.
And I think how about having kids na rin? Parang I'm sure they're like, Daddy, parang wag or I mean, or parang I don't know.
Siguro parang North Star na sila in you're in the things that you
I
make.
always have an advice to my kids, and it's always been like this: don't watch my shows. It's as simple as that.
Well, if I could share in what my thoughts are, I mean, I'm just gonna share lang. I feel like it happens to everyone. We evolve. Of course, sa normal person who's not in the limelight, you've said stuff before. You've probably like done things that, I mean, all of us, we make mistakes. We're not proud of it. But then, especially with social media, everything's on the internet now. Especially if you're a celebrity, you cannot ever take it down.
Spotlight nasa iyo palagi.
Yes. But then it's just the same as the mistakes that a normal person does in the past, but then they never got to tweet it. It was never televised.
Yeah.
So maybe for me, if the person is parang obviously nagbago na siya or nag-sorry na siya, I think we shouldn't completely cancel that person.
Nangingiti ako kasi parang hindi ako makapag-sorry. Hindi kasi here's the thing. Lahat ng ginagawa na sketches sa Bubble Gang is pre-approved by the people who will be involved. Even to the attorney, umaabot yun. Yung lawyer namin sa Bubble Gang, si Attorney Ibarra, is always there for guidance kung papasa to o hindi. So, pagka na-approve na, that's when he does it. That's when we do it. That's how we do it talaga. So, if people are saying we should be sorry na ganito, hindi. Ang intention namin is to make people happy, to make people laugh. Humor talaga palagi. It always wins at the end of the day. So, kung ang intention mo is mambastos, then, yeah, you should be sorry. But if your intention actually is to make people happy, and pinayagan at nakalusot sa ibang mga kinauukulan, then I think people should reconsider.
Here's something I want to discuss. So parang people know you as you're funny. How
Kunwari lang.
Kunwari lang, people think you're funny. Okay. So let's say has it ever gotten to a point na parang ikaw like you're at a gathering or whatever, just parang wala ako sa mood maging, parang I'm not
everyone
here.
Thinks you're supposed to make them laugh.
I'm not here to make everyone laugh at every opportunity. Like, do you get that?
Hindi naman ganun lahat talaga. Marami nagsasabi, si bossing, suplado sa personal. Di ba? Naging naging tagline ni bossing yun, suplado sa personal. Kasi hindi ka naman niya kilala so he's not comfortable with you. So, most people, most comedians, most performers, most celebrities will be like that. They'll be polite. And that's just about it until we get to know you better.
Pero have you ever had may question
parang you mean running out of ideas, is that it?
Ay, hindi. Tama
Okay.
yun. Parang let's say, have you ever had like an encounter na parang let's say you're at a dinner party with friends,
Wait.
ganyan.
I have the perfect example for that. Nung pinanganak si Milo, yung eldest ko, he had a retraction. Yung nagkaroon siya ng water sa lungs niya. So, nung pinanganak siya, we couldn't get him out of the hospital right away. So, nung sinabi sa akin ng doctor yun, sinabi sa akin din ng doctor na wag ko munang sabihin sa wife ko. So, I was torn. I have this knowledge, but I can't tell my wife. So, I get to visit Milo, my firstborn, dun sa what do you call? Oo, yeah. Oo. Tapos nakikita ko siya dun, and I feel so helpless na parang, baby ko, and umiiyak ako doon. Tapos
wow, you guys have a similar
yeah, people will pass by and ay, si Michael B.
Oh wow.
Tapos so hindi ko papansinin kasi emotionally distraught ka tapos biglang may gagana. Tapos biglang ihirit ng suplado naman.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Di ba?
Wow,
diba?
that's...
So yeah, kaya nga.
Actually, yung gusto ko rin parang I imagine like you at a dinner party. Kunwari lang.
That's a good sketch actually. Can we do that? Uy, Bitoy!
Or parang
sample! Yan, si Rex na parang ito, di ba? Ano niya? Sample!
Tapos mag-snap ka lang.
Or,
That would be so funny.
You know what would be a great sketch? Like Tito Bitoy.
Oh no, he's pitching.
Tito Bitoy trying to talk about business with, like nasa dinner party
A
siya.
serious
Parang,
thing.
May mga
Pyramid.
investment.
Open-minded ka ba? Gusto mo bang kumita ng 30,000 a month? Bagong kotse, bagong bahay?
No, I love it kasi when we watch series or films, there are a lot of times na there's a comedian who's in it, like it's either Conan or kung ano si John Mulaney, and they're always dicks in the show, like in real life, diba? Pag kung they're always like that, like they're not being funny. Sobrang kupal nila.
Ang recommendation pala namin, if you can watch on HBO, Crashing.
Oh, I think you would enjoy that, Tito Bitoy.
Crashing.
It's
Hindi yan yung
Crashing.
K-drama.
No. Crash Landing.
Crash Landing pala yun, sorry.
Crashing. It's about a guy
Judd
who...
Apatow siya.
Oh,
Okay.
It's a
It's about an aspiring stand-up guy.
stand-up comedian. You never... I mean, have you... You've done stand-up before, I'm sure.
No, never.
Oh, really?
Nope, that's
Oh.
another... I wouldn't dare. Not yet.
Oh.
That's a different world for me. That's a different platform. And I'm more comfortable doing television and mas kampante ako dun sa process na na-edit.
Yes.
Hindi editable ang stand-up eh. So you
Yeah.
can always make mistakes. You can always get flack out of that.
So, improv. Na-try mo.
Parang itong podcast na may editing involved.
Marami.
May mga kailangan
I
i-edit
stand
out.
by that. Kahit di mo edit out yun.
Joke lang. Okay. Sorry.
Babalik
Go
ako
with your
dyan. Babalik ako dyan. Hindi, babalik ako talaga. Totoo. Society for the Blind telling us
Stop.
telling us that they were offended when they watched it. Anyway, we came up with a sketch and we had it approved by the network and they did not approve it. It's about Tagalog asintadong bulag. Asintadong bulag. Meaning, bulag siya pero sharpshooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, asintado. That's what. Hindi mo alam
Sorry. Sorry. What's asentado?
Is that the pork asado?
Adobo. You put salt there. And, does it involve that comedian? So anyway, a blind sharpshooter. Just because of the word bulag, hindi na-approve yung sketch.
Oh, without them even knowing what the
you're not
sketch
making
would
fun
know.
of the blind people. You're actually praising him because he has this heightened senses. Pero,
That's Daredevil.
well, yeah, di ba? Di ba? Asintadong bulag. But, di ba? Pagka sinabi mo ng Daredevil at Marvel na nag-produce, pwede na.
Oh.
Pero sa Bubblegum, you say asintadong bulag. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yun yung limitations and restrictions na ina-avoid.
Well, yeah.
I think mukhang marami ako masyadong ipipitch. Sabihin na lang
You're
natin
stopping
email mo na lang, Jem, para...
But yeah, thanks Tito Betoy for joining us. And
problem.
Super fun.
is there anything you wanna promote?
Michael V, Bitoy Story sa YouTube. It's my weekly vlog. At least during the lockdown, I try to do my best to come up with new topics every week. And yung Bubble Gang tuloy-tuloy pa rin, and Pepito Manaloto, albeit replays. We're trying to come up with new episodes, and we're trying to come up with a new setup para dito sa new normal na taping or shooting. And also, there's a YouTube channel called ULOL from GMA. ULOL. Witty, di ba?
Pwede yun hindi yun MTRCB band. ULOL.
Yeah,
Okay.
oo. Ano siya, curated materials from past and present comedy shows ng GMA, and also nag-feature din doon ng original content. So you might want to check that out.
Oh, cool. If any comedians want to submit stuff, can they do that?
Yeah, sure.
Where do they send it? Do they just follow that YouTube page and then they'll find out there?
I guess so. Oo.
No,
I
give
don't
your
think it
email.
works
Give your
that way,
personal
but
email.
I'll give you a
break.
personal email. Your
Bigay na
personal
lang namin
email
yung number ni Bitoy after the episode.
Thanks, Tito Bitoy. It
No
was so fun
problem.
talking to
This
you,
was so
and we
fun.
hope to see you live.
Oo nga, I hope to see the baby soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye.